Sunday afternoon footy. What more could we ask for?
And it's over! What a tackle! Benji! Brilliant again! Oh, beautiful tackle, mate! Oh, Ponga's going to go and score under the post! This is unstoppable! He's into the clear, Nelson scored! He's stolen it again! Straight through off the...
Don't you love your Sunday afternoon footy?
G'day, welcome to the final whistle following round 12, Indigenous round. What a round it was. Paul Gallen, Phil Gould, Alana Ferguson here to dissect all the big moments. Good to see you, gang.
Thank you.
We've been sitting and watching the Newcastle Knights go down to the Melbourne Storm on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, 26-16. Gus, this was always going to be a big game for a Knights side that's gone win-loss, 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 win-loss for the last couple of months. What did you see from them against the Melbourne Storm side? We did what we expected.
Yeah, as I explained during the broadcast, there's a difference between trying hard and playing hard. Newcastle Knights tried hard. That's a given when you're playing professional football. They're talented. You know, I think at times they try to play beyond their capabilities. And what that does is keeps making it easier for their opposition. And they just had a team that punished them today. Look, they need someone hard and experienced on the field that cuts out all the nonsense. Or the coach has got to say to them, cut this rubbish out. This is the way you win football games. Stick to this. And that's all the Melbourne Storm do. The Melbourne Storm, you know, the secret to them is they play to their ability. No one plays beyond their own ability or tries to push it to any different level. They're just very, very committed to their task, and that's what beats a lot of sides. And at the moment, Newcastle don't know how to play hard. They try hard. They don't know how to play hard.
They stay in seventh, Alana, for now. What are you expecting from them year's end? Are they a finals team from what you've seen?
Well, I think they're on the cusp. I think there's a few teams that are floating around that position, but what Gus said, I think there's a lot of teams that aren't playing tough. Like you look at the Dragons and even the Sharks and those teams that are around that area, they don't know how to win well. They don't know how to put in the 80-minute performance. They don't know what it takes. You look at Melbourne Storm or you look at Penrith Panthers, they know how to give those performances. They've been taught they're mentally tough and they're able to execute off the back of that. I think there are a lot of teams and it will be those teams that are floating around the bottom of that 8 that just they don't get it. So whether that's the leadership from the players on the field or from off the field, I think they need to learn how to do that first to be given to be a given to make and beat those top teams. But we didn't see it tonight again.
Gal, for the Storm, I mean, the other part that hammers this home for the Knights is they did that the majority of the match without Cam Smith with the AC joint injury, which could see him out for a period. What did you make of it?
Oh, look, I think he's just landed on it. You see there, I'm pretty sure it's his left arm, the one he's carrying the ball in. He just lands on it, he's jammed it up. Look, AC injuries are very, very common in rugby league. Even a really bad one, yeah, you're probably looking at a month. Look, he's just touching it. He could have played on, I've got no doubt. I'll be surprised if he misses next week. If he does miss next week, it'll be 1 week at the most, I'd say. He's pretty tough, Cam Smith. His body, look at there's not a muscle on it, but he somehow gets through. He's played more games than anyone else in this game, as we know.
Gus,
he scored his 46th try tonight, which equals his coach. Now, remember a couple of weeks ago, he almost scored a try, and Joey John said to him, you almost scored tonight. He goes, yep, I just want to catch Craig Bellamy. Well, he's equalled Craig Bellamy now, and now he's got to try and go past him.
Gus, didn't you say when you did your AC, you put a tennis ball on top of it?
Yeah, they used to cut a tennis ball in half, put it on top. Mine was much worse than his, and I played.
You never come off, did you, Gus? Nah, he kept playing.
Harden up, Cam. Dear, oh dear. Hey, the Bulldogs pushing the Eels all the way. 2 points the difference. Parramatta getting the points. Big talking point at the moment, Gus, has been Kieran Foran and his future. Reportedly knocking back one offer from the Dogs to stay on for another year. Reports that he might end up at Newcastle alongside his mate Mitch Pearce. How's this going to play out for Foran, who we know has been dogged by injuries?
You know, and that's the thing. It's just how much football you're going to get out of him. Because when he's fit and well, look, Paul Gallen will tell you, experienced halves, experienced playmakers are so valuable. They really are. And that's why, you know, they're playing into their mid-30s, late, you know. If you can keep them around, you'll find a place for them somewhere in your side. With Kieran Foran and his history and his injury history, you know, it's probably a gamble, but I don't think that this Bulldogs side at the moment can get rid of someone like that or not have that sort of element in their team.
Look, that's the thing that the one saying I've learned from you is what's going to cost to replace him.
Yeah.
And that's something you've always said, but can you justify paying Kieran Foran anywhere $1 million? You can't.
No.
He's on 1.2 reportedly.
No.
I mean, like in all, look, I'm not going to
What's he worth?
I'm not going to throw out a figure because I don't know what the market is demanding at the moment.
I'll throw up a figure. 300.
300,000.
300,000.
Jeez.
300,000. If we make the 8, you get another 100. If we win the comp, you get another 200. If we win, I'll take you for a trip around the world.
You're talking about being a player. You're talking about being a player manager, and you're tossing Kieran Foran up for 300,000.
Well, that's all he's worth.
Mate. I'd love to hear him to hear you say that.
Rebuttal.
I honestly reckon the Bulldogs' first offer would have been near double that.
What?
I reckon if he's already knocked back an offer at the Bulldogs. Yeah. I'd go as far as saying I reckon it would have been double that, and he's knocked it back.
He's knocked it back.
He'd be worth more to a side like the Bulldogs.
I must be out of touch.
You're not in the know. What's happening? You're meant to know everything.
But it is a hard one.
He's been on really big money for a long time.
And he hasn't. And when he plays, he performs.
You would think he would owe them something. You would think I don't think he'll be looking for a lot of money next time.
Well, he's already knocked back.
He's been on really good money and missed a lot of football.
Well, he's reportedly knocked back an offer. Isn't that what you just said?
Yeah, but the offer, I don't think it was 600. I think you're talking that 3 to 4 bracket. But would he be looking for time? Is this how, like for 2 years rather than 1 year, just a bit of surety for less money?
I don't know how he feels.
I don't know what he's going. Look, I'm with Gus on the experience factor, and the side, particularly a team like that's rebuilding at the moment. They need an experienced half and someone like him, but it all comes down to what you're going to pay him. That's what it all comes down to. He hasn't been worth the $1.2 million price tag he's been carrying the past couple of years, and he would know that. That's not having to go at his ability. It's just the fact he hasn't played enough football.
All right, so mate, we've paid you all this money. Can we get something? Just something back. Yeah. 300.
I hope
I'll tell you what, you've got to go out and lay a lot of bricks to earn 300,000 a year. I can tell you.
I'm with you. I agree.
The alternative's not pretty.
Very true.
I'm laying them at the moment. Or for JT. Come back and do something, JT.
Here we go again.
Hey,
just fight someone. It's worth a fortune.
COVID's ruined everything. I can't do anything.
Sonny doesn't want to bar him.
Sonny doesn't want to fight.
Fight Cameron Smith. He's got one arm.
I love Cameron Smith.
Just what's going on here? Okay, hey, I want to talk about one of Kieran's Bulldogs teammates, Dallin Watene-Zelezniak. I tell you what. This is one of those things you've got to see to believe, a la Marty Bella. Play the ball around the
It doesn't get worse.
He will never live that down. He will never live that down as long as he lives. That's what it'll be known for. It'll be replayed at his 30th, his 40th, his 50th.
And no signs of a head knock before
his
it
whole
either.
life.
And then they go and score next play.
Yeah, they got beaten by 2 points, my God.
Poor bugger.
Yeah, well, tough day.
Yeah, very tough day at the office. The Canberra Raiders, everyone thought Josh Hodgson goes down. Is it season over for them? They've won their last 3 without him. The return of John Bateman clearly helped Alana for this Raiders side. They're sitting in 5th. They've been putting the pressure for some time now on those sides in the 4, your Roosters, your Eels, your Storm, your Panthers. What is the value of John Bateman in their final year? I mean, to think that he and Kotrick are going, they're going to prove crucial in their premiership tilt.
Yeah, well, I think the fact that they're going won't affect how they're playing this season. Bateman's one of those players, and we've seen it play out, that when he's on the field, he inspires his teammates. This game in particular, he's had his hand in two of their tries. So he's a very valuable player.
Sonny's calling for a fight.
Yeah.
That's $100 fine. Gus, can I ask you, Gus, if that was in a team meeting and you were coach, what would you do?
Yeah, it'd be a fine.
Yeah, it'd be a fine. I'd go as far as saying you'd pick the phone up and throw it against the wall.
It'd be a fine. They'd be dropped.
No way you're getting out of doing this, man.
Is that where we have to drop you? No, we won't.
I'm happy.
Okay.
We need our left winger.
Well, it's only my mum.
That's all right. That's right. You should have answered it then. You can't not answer that call from your mum. We're talking about John Bateman and the Raiders.
Very valuable.
Great
That's
stuff.
enough.
Very valuable. Good stuff. Pity he's leaving at the end of the year. Let's get on to the Tigers.
Now, wait a minute. On the John Bateman thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Yep.
How incredible was
How
that performance? To figure he hasn't played since the
Yes.
final day last
Comes back
year,
and looked like he'd been
and came in and played the game that he did. Yeah, I mean that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Full marks for that.
Ridiculous. Now let's get to the Tigers. The Warriors. You just can't read this Tigers team. Gal, we've been saying it all year. Must be frustrating to be Coach Michael Maguire at the moment.
Oh, so frustrating because you see that the passion and I suppose the enthusiasm and the effort that Maguire puts into his coaching. He loves it. He wants them to be a real tough, ruthless, relentless team, and they just haven't got that consistency about them. You can see how much he wants them to be that side, but they just don't have it. And you see his half-time blow-up here, bumps the chair and kicks it away. Now, that's passion, you know. If you're a Tigers fan, you've got to love that. And I'd say the players have got to love it as well. But in my opinion, this Tigers team just don't have the playing talent to scrape in that top 8.
Gus, you've always been of the view you get one or two of those, the chair kicks and the big rants. I don't think Michael Maguire hears to that.
Yeah, well, what he's saying is the difference between playing hard and training and trying hard. So he's really trying to sell the message. And I can understand his frustration. But I agree with Paul a little bit. They're probably 3 or 4 players short of a genuine semi-final team.
OK, poor old Michael Maguire. Now, for those avid watchers and listeners to the final whistle, do you remember this from after round 5?
I probably limit them to about 4 wins this year, being realistic. But the game appreciates everything they're doing.
4 wins?
We wouldn't have a competition.
You're going to give them 2 more wins the rest of the season, that's it?
Warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 more wins?
2 more wins.
God, you're tough today. I'll make it. I'll say they're going to win more than 2.
How many?
I'll bet you lunch. I'll have lunch.
Lunch?
Lunch on it.
How many?
Come on, mate, that's
They're gonna
tight.
win more
That's as
than
tight
2.
as it
They're
gets.
going to win more than 2.
Hey, I'll be drinking at lunch, don't you worry.
No problemo.
Righto, let's go.
So, the bet between Gus and Gal on the Warriors, they're now at 4 wins. So, we've got here the one over the Dragons. That was after the Cowboys' victory. And then they've gone on to beat the Broncos and the Tigers on Friday
Do you
night.
know what the problem is I'm facing right now? I didn't stipulate where lunch is going to be.
And I said I'd take everyone for lunch.
You did say that.
I hope they win 6. I hope they win 10. I really do.
Will they win another one,
How many have
Gus?
they won?
They've won
4.
4.
They've won 4.
Oh, they haven't won 5 yet.
They've only got to win one more.
Okay.
1 from 8, Gus. Come on, you Warriors. Bring it home, boys.
Will they win
We're
another
safe.
one, Gus?
I hope they win all 8. I really do.
They win all 8, they're making the semis. Now we're going to make them the semis.
Who have they got next week? Manly at Lotto Land. Manly at Lotto. It could be all over Friday night. You never know.
Manly aren't going that great at the moment. The week after, I'm pretty sure they've got the Bulldogs.
Panthers, then the Bulldogs. Then it's the Knights, the Eels. No, won't happen there. Sharks, Raiders.
They've got
Manly again. They've got Manly twice.
They've got a pretty tough run. I think the best bet is if they can beat the Bulldogs in a couple of weeks.
Okay, there you go.
Hopefully.
Where are we having lunch?
Everyone's a critic.
Hey, you're the one criticising them.
I wasn't criticising them.
You said
I was just being realistic.
Gus, they were 2 from 4, and you said they're going to win 4 games all year.
Well, I'm going to be closer than you were.
No, you won't. I said
Yeah,
they're
you
going to win. I'm going to be right. They've only got to win 1 more game. I'm right.
1 more.
That's all they've got
So
to win.
I was out by 1.
Oh, well,
Right?
it doesn't matter. I'm right.
Let's hang me up. I hope they win all 8. I really do.
All right,
I think they're going good.
we're done. Anything to add there, Alone? No, we'll just watch these two.
Hey, you know what? We don't need to talk on this show.
Fun to watch. We're done with the final whistle, I think. I probably skipped over a couple of items. Who cares? It's the end of round 12. Some good footy over the weekend. Thanks for your company, as always. The Wide World of Sports website, wwos.com.au, has you covered for all things rugby league. Thank you, Gus.
We've got to do it again now that my phone went off.
Thank you, Gal.
No, we're going to go with it.
No, you've got your mum to call. Thanks very much for your company, as always. We'll see you at the footy on Thursday, 100% footy on Monday, and we'll catch you same time next week. Bye-bye.